In the book, The Way of the Superior Man, I have the book here. In this book, part or chapter 50, which is this one, Restore Your Purpose in Solitude and with Other Men. I have it on my wall right here, written down on a piece of paper, stuck up like these ones in the back. I have them all over, so in front of me, on this wall, on that wall, and behind me. But I just read this on the wall and I thought about it, and I thought that I would make a video on it. So I've always had competition with a specific classmate in my grade and sometimes in my class. And we've had competition in multiple sports. So we've had competition in sprints at school, like the sports day. We've had sprint competition, long jump competition, and karate or martial arts combat sport competition. And I'm growing competition with my cousin now in combat sports because he's getting more into my height class and my weight class. So next time I see him, we'll probably spar. Competition is crucial for a developing and just a man in general. It's a very masculine thing to have. It's a masculine trait to have competition with someone, other men, specifically. David Data said in this chapter that men rediscover their purpose in challenging situations, solitude, and in the company of other men who won't settle for his bullshit. When I first started sparring him, that person that I've been talking about I have competition with, I'm not going to say their name, but there's a specific other guy who's my height, my body type, same class as him. When I first started sparring him, I was worried that I was gonna lose and he was gonna tell everyone at school, or I was gonna come back and sit down next to my friends and they weren't gonna have my bullshit. So I went up, I sparred him, and I won. So if you are not in some form of sport or combat sport or competitive sport, I guess I should say, then I suggest that you look into getting into one right now or as soon as possible. Competition and I guess the one-on-one masculine competition between one person and another in combat sports is not all that it has to offer. It's not all that combat has to offer or combat sports has to offer. It's also a great form of discipline. So if you have problems with discipline and keeping to regularly doing something like consistently getting into the gym or consistently taking cold showers, then you should get into combat sports or martial arts, and you should consistently get into those classes like 3 times a week, 2 times a week, because it's a great form of discipline, like I said. And it's also a great way to get you better at doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. If you get one thing out of this video, make it getting into combat sports or signing up to a fighting club or a martial art club or even a sport club. It doesn't really matter which one, just a competitive sport. I would suggest combat sports over anything else. Or the other thing you can get out of this video, which I would be happy to give to you, this information, making competition between you and another person who is similar to you in weight or in height, or someone that you think you'd have good competition with and be challenged by, that is in your school or in your martial art club, or someone that's close to you that you can have competition with. Get into competition with them, even if you don't have to tell them, you don't have to say, hey, I want to do competition, I want to have competition with you, I want to fight you, I want to spar you. You don't have to do that. You can just kind of tell them, if they would be interested, that you're doing this and there's a possibility that I would join. Just since I've had competition with the guy that I've been speaking about for a while, since I have competition with him in sprints, mostly, that was the most competition I had with him until it came to sparring. Since I had so much competition with him then he actually heard that I joined karate. Well, I started taking karate classes, and since he was in before, so he has more experience than I have. Since he was in before, he rejoined because, I don't know, I guess it would make him feel or look worse because we were so similar, and me just having the upper hand with combat ability and physical strength would bring him down a lot. So he rejoined, and I was just lucky to have that type of person that I had competition with. So find a fair or a good partner that you can have competition with, and regularly test your competition. Regularly see who would win in the battle, see who would win in the race, see who would win in the game, see who's better or more competent, more confident in that specific realm of, in that endeavor. That's all I have to say in this video. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.